In this video we're going to be replacing the front shock absorbers on a 1998 Chevy Tahoe. I just want to show you, once you have the vehicle up on the lift, where the shock absorber is actually located. As you can see, this is the shock absorber right here. What we're going to do is first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the wheel off the car or truck, obviously. Take the wheel off. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this cover off inside here. It's like a mud cover to keep any rain or debris from kicking up inside the engine. We're going to remove this to gain access to the bolt up on top here. It's easier doing it this way than to try to do it from the top and then have to go back underneath it. So let me grab some tools and going to get started. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up this shield right here, and then make a tool to do that. It's like this. You can put it behind there and pop them out like this to get them out. Or if you don't have that tool, what I normally do is just use a pair of needle nose pliers, and you just get behind the shield and you just slowly work it out, and it pulls right out. You don't want to rip this off because you definitely need it back on there. And it opens it up and it gives us access to the top of the shock absorber. Right? It gives us plenty of room in here to work, so we have nothing in our way. Next thing we want to do is we want to disconnect this bolt and the bottom bolt over here. And the way we're going to do that, if you have an air-powered tool to do it, you use it to do that. Or if you don't have it, and you can do it by hand. You just put the put the air ratchet on. You grab your wrench and you hold the bolt in the back. Let me just show you where that's located. It's down inside here. And you hold that bolt and you take off the nut on this other side. So again, if you have air, you can do it like that. If you don't have air powered, then you can just take it off by hand. I'll give you an idea. Okay, and then you can take your bolt out through the bottom right here, and we're going to need this later on because we're going to reuse it. And on the top one here, same thing. If you have air, you can do it by air. On this particular truck, we're going to take it off by hand because the brake line is right here, and we don't want to take a chance on breaking the line, so we're just going to be a little bit careful, and we'll take that out. You break it loose, and then you hold the back bolt over here, and you just take the nut off. I want to show you what I mean about that line being real close, the brake line being so close to the nut. You see how that 18mm head is going to hit right into there. Now you could probably get in there with an air gun and shoot it out, but as you know, when these things get older, they get rusty, and you don't want to break something if you don't have to. Alright, so we're just going to take that bolt out, and we're going to pull the shock out of the truck. Okay, what I did is I just bent the bracket up on top there, because this bolt, let me get some light up here for you. This bolt up here, this bolt right here was hitting right into the nut on the back over here. Let me get a light up there, I'll show you what I mean. See, the nut right there was hitting right into the top right here, so I just bent the bracket here ever so slightly just to get the bolt past it, right like that. All right, then we take that bolt out, and then the shock is ready to come out. Now that bolt bending that bracket a little bit, it most likely when the vehicle was new it wasn't in the way, but who knows, over the years things hit it and bend them a little bit. In this particular case, somebody looks like they had recently done brakes on here, and as you can see, they twisted the brake line, so that's no good. We need to take that caliper back off and rotate that caliper around so that there's no twist in this line. The problem with the twist in the line is that when you make a turn, this line closes up and it cuts off the brake fluid supply to this particular wheel. So we're going to correct that before it leaves. But that's a prime example of when you do it yourself, be careful and make sure you don't screw up everything. And this guy here probably did his own brakes on here or went to an unqualified mechanic to get the job done. So we will correct that. All right, now we're going to take the shock out, and we're going to replace it with a new one. Very simple. Once the bolts are out of there, the shock comes right out. You just have to walk it out a little bit because of the rust. We just take it out, and then we put our replacement back in the way that we took it out. What I like to do is to get the bottom one in first, because that's the one that's a little more difficult once you get it back in there. Once we've got the shock in place, then we'll slide the bolt back in the way it came out, which was from the underneath the back here, back through here. And we just catch the nut. We don't tighten it up yet, we're just going to catch it right now. And then we're going to put the top bolt back through the way we took it out. As you remember, it went in this way here. So we're just going to turn the shock and get it to line up in there. Sometimes it's a little bit rusty, and you need to tap it in just to get it back in where it belongs. And then we're going to put a bolt right through here. Tap it very easily until it comes through. Then we'll put a nut and bolt, nut and flat washer I should say, back on there. And what we're going to do is we'll tighten it up. We're going to tighten the top one first because that's the way we took it off. Okay, you do have to make that nut very tight because it's actually can't have any movement in there, because otherwise you're going to get some squeaking noises later on. Alright, then what we're going to do is we're just going to tighten up the bottom one. The bottom we're going to use air on it because it's nice and clean shot in there. We're going to put it on the nut, then we're going to hold the wrench on the other side, and then we'll shoot it in fairly tight. Alright, and last thing we're going to do is we're going to reattach our shield, and you just push it back in. All they are is little push pins, and they just push right back in. That's it. So everything is all back together, just as when we took it apart. That's it. Alright, thanks for watching. We're going to go around the other side, and we're going to do the left side, and then my next video I'll show you how to do the back ones. Alright, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.